Still at the very beginning of your wedding planning? You are in the right place. Welcome to Wed Art Channel by Dreamwood Films, a space created to help couples get fully prepared for their wedding. Today we are visiting Wed Vibes, a platform that helps brides get inspired, discover the most beautiful ideas, and find top wedding professionals and dream locations all over the world. Don't forget to subscribe.
Wedding is a very expensive event for everyone.
And how much it costs to rent an airport.
Put some more money into photographer because photography will last forever.
Gen Z, right now they start to question so many wedding rules and traditions. Ex actually walk down the bride to the aisle, so why not?
What would you recommend for a bride with limited budget but big dreams?
Choice of the venue, because venue will dictate so many rules for you.
We want to blend art, digital and fashion trends and to show that weddings can be different. Authenticity is pretty much, again, permission to do what you want.
Trust these people more than she trusts herself, because they turn stress into style, timing into magic, and chaos into memories that will last forever. Who are they, these wedding planners? Welcome to our Wed Art Channel by Dreamwood Films, a space where we help couples plan the wedding of their dreams. Today, I'm meeting the women behind California's most magical weddings. How are weddings created? The kind that people describe as straight out of a movie. Stick with us, it's going to be beautiful, honest, and a little bit magical. Let me introduce you Wed Vibes founders, Alina and Daria.
Hello, so happy to be here.
Very excited to be here. Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting us.
And my first question, how did you meet? And how did the idea to create Wed Vibes come about?
Oh, we've met 5 years ago. The fun fact about us, we haven't met each other at our home country, back in Russia, but we have met in the US. In Los Angeles at UCLA, where we studied 5 years ago.
You studied in one group?
No, actually it was different classes. I came here to study marketing at UCLA, and Alina?
I came to study film business because I did marketing for all my life. We will get there down the road. Yeah, and I wanted to change my career, and I came here to study film business because I wanted to work in Hollywood. And I ended up doing weddings. Yeah, and having this interview. And when I moved here and Daria moved, we have met in class because we have some classes together. It was a finance class about finance. This is how we met, and she approached to me asking, like, are you from Russia? Like, how do you know?
The accent.
So it was the accent.
Always gives away. Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about. No accent. Okay. So this is how we met, and our work relationship started with friendship. So we became friends, and then eventually we understood that we are a great duo because she's a creative and genius. She's super talented in creating things, and I'm creative in making money.
Yeah.
And doing business, monetizing talents. So we did a couple projects together and understood that, yeah, probably it's a match.
Wow.
It is a match. Because like almost 6 years together, we're still here. So yeah, we will consider it a match. And regarding your question, how did we start? It actually, we're gonna celebrate 10 years this September. Not so many people know about this, but before it used to be the small boutique magazine. It was actually the printed magazine. All because I used to be the wedding planner. I'm in the wedding industry for, God forbid, almost 17 years. This is how you can easily calculate how old I am.
You started at 10.
Yeah, I started at 10, exactly, absolutely. And the idea was pretty simple, actually. As a wedding planner, you a hub yourself, meaning that you have so many couples and you turning their dreams their perfect wedding. So basically you finding the perfect creatives for them. And I used to call myself like devil advocate, meaning that I used to sell the services of so many of my friends. They couldn't do it for themselves. They didn't know how to approach Instagram. It was pretty fresh back then. They didn't know how to create the price list or the website. So I did it for them. And I started helping them with Instagram and social media. And I thought, okay, what if I will create my own media platform? What if we will give them basically the voice for the creatives? And yeah, 10 years later, I met Alina and we decided to transform Wed Vibes for international community. And right now we work with creatives from all around the world, USA, Australia, Canada, France, Italy, you name it.
You told about your experience in Russia.
Yes, it started back in Russia, yeah.
Was Wed Vibes a successful platform? How we should understand the level of importance?
Success?
Yeah, about success.
I would say it was successful in terms, it was much less competition back when, because back in Russia, they had only maybe 2 or 3 media platforms. So immediately when we started, we had not so many competitors. And because it was from the insiders from the industry, so many people loved it. As a planner, I knew everything about how to create a wedding, what kind of questions bride had, and etc. And immediately we started working with brands like Tiffany & Co, Jo Malone, Cartier, and yeah, I would say it was maybe a little bit easier than here, than you are in a global market and you have so many wonderful platforms that different people and different experience behind them.
And what about Alina, your experience in Russia?
It was completely different.
It was different. I did marketing for all my life. I pretty much how I say that I convert consumer needs into profit. Because you create product, you understand what people need, and then you sell it as a solution, right? So you convert needs into money. And I worked for renowned brands like KitKat, Nutella, Ferrero Rocher, and I was a head of trade marketing in Ferrero. But at some point, I decided that I don't want to change another company. I want to change my life. And I loved what I did. I love marketing, genuinely love it still. But at some point, you feel that your life needs some change, and they changed the country, and they came here to study film. And I even worked in a talent agency. So I did casting, talent management for artists who actually acted in Netflix shows and Hulu shows. And then COVID started. And that is pretty much the official start of our marketing agency that we started doing. So Hollywood industry was totally paused. No one happened there, nothing happened there. But Daria and I, we found our way and we started doing digital marketing. And at some point we realized that Wed Vibes, that was big back in Russia, can be big internationally because we are the duo where 1 + 1 = 11. So we understood that if we can do marketing successfully here, we can pretty much market Wed Vibes in the right way. And we can elevate the wedding industry. And we pretty much can achieve the initial goal to help talents, creatives to be seen and to pretty much connect with the couples they want to connect.
Connect with their dream couples. And it works in reverse as well, because for the couples, we call them the newborns, because basically you live your own life, you know nothing about this industry, you got a proposal, hopefully the beautiful thing, and then right now you're engaged and you have a year or maybe 2 years to prepare the wedding, and you will invite the people who will be in the same room once in your life, because even for your birthday you have a smaller circles of people who will come for your celebrations, and only in weddings basically 2 worlds collide. And for most of the people it's once in a lifetime, or maybe 2 or 3 times, but still just a few celebrations in a lifetime. Then they want to create something so unique, so big. They want to celebrate their love, and they're I believe the statistic goes there are 4 million professionals in a year, in the whole world.
Wow.
They work every year, and the photographers, videographers, you name it. But still, you have to choose only one photographer, cake artist, makeup artist, and like how will you do it? It's like it's a sea full of so many creatives, and we help both sides to find each other.
Yeah, so pretty much we want to elevate wedding industry, because if you think about fashion, it's very creative, and weddings is very traditional, but we want to blend art, digital, and fashion trends, and to show that weddings can be different, and also inspire couples to express themselves. Because yeah, there are a lot of amazing traditions about wedding, but not always they speak to each couple. Sometimes couple want to do something differently, and they kind of waiting for approval.
Yeah,
so we want to give them this approval, and we want to help them to find the right vendors or creative partners who will help them to create the wedding that they really want, or maybe they never even thought about that. But we actually showcase all kinds of weddings, all kinds of creative designs and ideas
Stories.
and concepts.
Yeah.
This is how you as a bride-to-be or a groom can think, oh my God, it can be different. It can be different colors. It can be different experiences. And I don't need to stick to the same routine. I can change it and just get inspired from what we show. Create something.
Yeah, I've tried what they have on their website. And let's talk about it, because on your website you have a lot of tools, very useful, very like easy to just, you put your email and you receive wonderful PDF file with trends. Yeah, with trends. Tell about it. Yeah.
Tell about it. Yeah, so of course on the storefront we mostly serve couples and brides to find inspiration. And we have our Instagram and website, but website is more organized, right? Because if you follow us on Instagram, you kind of randomly like some pictures, but if you really want to find something thoughtfully, because you are planning wedding, you can go to our website. That is pretty much our house. This is a library of inspiration.
Advices,
and you can find the real weddings. And what you are talking about right now, it's wedding trends. This is the report we release annually in winter. So the one you received, it was 2025 trend. Now we are working for 2026. And we cover everything from bigger trends like authenticity and, you know, bigger trends in wedding. And we break it down into what is the groom's fashion, bride's fashion, makeup, decor. So every component of the wedding, we show what's going on right now. It's not about you have to stick to the trends, but understanding trends, you can better understand if you like it or you don't like. And you can choose what you like and build on. So because sometimes people ask us, why do you do wedding trends? Because every couple is unique, of course. But let's say you are a marketing person, you never thought about wedding before you got engaged. And of course, you want first to look what's trending and then make a decision about what kind of wedding you want.
Yeah,
so
it's like
give them
some sort of
fundamentals.
navigation. Navigation in the sea, the ocean of all like the content, where you can say yes maybe to some trends, or sometimes it's just easier to say no and like eliminate some ideas. Like, okay, it's not for me, but maybe this one it actually will work for me. So if you're a bride like you did, you have the experience, you can come to our website, and of course there is a very simple navigation, and we did the consumer journey multiple times, so it's all kinds of tips. And also, yes, you can upload this snapshot of 2025 wedding trends. Snapshots meaning like 112
but
pages
of pictures. It is pictures.
Yeah, and I believe you do have this experience and you downloaded this report.
Yeah, I downloaded it. It's on my iPhone, and my sister, the future bride. So yeah, she's looking for ideas.
Okay, here we go.
Looking for inspiration. Yeah. So I just downloaded and I will share with her, because it's not easy to find good stylistic examples nowadays. Like there are a lot of content everywhere, and what you are making is something that I can trust.
We curate it. We thoughtfully curate. We usually say that we are like upscale European.
Yeah, European sounds really
good. Fashion forward aesthetics, but we also value emotions. So if you look in our like Instagram and website, you will see it's not like staged editorial pictures. You can see emotions, and this is what our couples value, and this is what we value. It's all part of our DNA. You can be trendy, you can be sophisticated, well-traveled, you want to keep up with trends, but you're a human.
Yeah.
You're touchy. And your wedding can be beautiful but touchy. Not just perfectly imperfect is new perfect. So we allow us to show also some imperfection.
Yeah, I would say it's what's all the weddings are about. It starts with the beautiful flowers, beautiful decor, like you entering the, let's say, like the banquet hall or like the restaurant, whatever. And the first thing you see is a beautiful stylish decor, but what will you remember after all, the aftertaste of the event? It's the emotions, it's the memory you created for
How
yourself
you
and for your hopefully closest people in the world. And you're gonna remember this forever. And like everyone who created their own wedding or at least attended a wedding will totally agree with us. So it's all about emotions.
And tell us also about matchmaking too.
We always claim and we say that we are a hub connecting couples with vendors. So pretty much matchmaking is exactly this idea, because we have a huge community of wedding professionals that we discover and showcase, and we help them to be seen. And we know a lot of them in person, actually. And also, of course, we have a big following and audience of brides-to-be and grooms. Usually it's brides, but now everyone say couples. Everyone says couples.
Yeah.
And we want to make a step forward, not just, let's say, showcasing beautiful vendors, and then if you're a couple, you can find and connect. But matchmaking is when we really connect. So as a bride, you can fill the form on our website, giving us some idea of your wedding, your budget, your location, the
And
number
what kind
of people,
style you're looking for.
yeah, the style you're looking for, what kind of person you are, give us some details. And then based on what you have in mind about your wedding, maybe upload even your Pinterest board. Of course, you do have it. I hope so. So based on what you plan, we can help you to find photographers from our database. And pretty much we will send you the curated list of the photographers that fits the best your wedding that you described, right? Like your dream wedding.
Usually it's like 7 or 8.
So we help you to make this decision. So it's not just like go to our website and search. That is what going like before. It's like 1-0 and now it's 2-0. So matchmaking is pretty much
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0 helping and really sharing with you curated lists.
Yeah, at this point we started with photographers because obviously this is like the most saturated area in the industry. Like there's like the profession that filled the most with creatives. But we want to continue with planners, makeup artists, floral designers, etc. So we can try and find for every couple their perfect match.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and also a lot of responsibility. Because if you're a bride and you receive our curated list, if something goes wrong, you can question like, it is because Wed Vibes recommended me the wrong professional. So that's why we're doing it thoughtfully, like step by step, because we want to make it good. We don't have a right to mistake. You know, wedding is a very expensive event for everyone.
Yeah, there's a lot of stakes.
The stakes are high. So that's why we understand the level of responsibility we are having with both sides, couples and vendors, of course.
Yeah.
That's why we cover each profession step by step.
To set trends, you organize and style editorial shoots. Tell us more about this project.
Oh, this is the most, I would say, the funniest part. I love it. It's like it's the most romantic and creative way that we can do in Wed Vibes. Basically, editorial shoots, we do the invitations of the whole wedding. We have the real couples and the play, of course, bride and groom and the guests. And the whole idea here is to create a portfolio, of course, for photographers, but also inspire the real couples and to tell them what's possible today. For example, how to incorporate experience in a wedding, how to create memories with your guests. And in our editorials, our couples, they could play the badminton or Jenga, or what else did they play? Croquet. It was a croquet. It was super stylish and good. Because
they dance with a music band.
Yeah,
which
they're like
is
so
also part of the experience.
So many ideas of like what they can do, and it's all about being yourself, unapologetically yourself, and creating something that will be both, once again, stylish and emotional. And we showcase trends in terms of the experience both and stylistically, like decor and maybe the gowns. For example, one of the last editorials we've done, it was dedicated to Marie-Antoinette theme or Rococo revival, because right now it's huge. I think actually it was huge like a couple of years ago, and right now it's back, it's circling back. All like the cake pyramids, all the beautiful like macaroons, all the corsets and like the Basque silhouettes, and we played with it in a historical 18th century chateau, and it was just really beautiful. And right now we can see it's everywhere, not only in weddings but in other industries, in fashion and yeah, all kinds of stuff. And here we can inspire that, yeah, you can be playful, you can choose whatever style, whatever theme you want.
You can be Marie-Antoinette for one day.
If you want to, because why not? Because how else, like, or where else will you have this opportunity to actually create this imaginary world for yourself?
Yeah, we do these fireworks also, like the colorful fireworks, day colorful fireworks. That's beautiful and gorgeous. Yeah, so every time we do the style shoot, it's about what kind of trends we can showcase to inspire couples.
Yep.
That they can think, okay, I want this, or something similar to this. Or let's say everyone loves pickleball, maybe you can play pickleball. Speaking of trends, it's not about doing the beautiful arch and the big floral masterpiece, and this is how you spend your money and everyone is looking at the beautiful, design. It's again how you make yourself feel and how you make your guests feel. That is about experience, and the experience comes from you. If you like some specific activity, you can do it together.
It's about like inspiring couples to find themselves.
To express themselves, understand themselves, and express themselves through experience.
Maybe even, because like every wedding, and we talk about it a lot, it should be like let's say it's like the continuation of your own style. And like we do this editorials, the last one we've done, it's French. We actually incorporated 3 Frenches, so dogs. And for so many couples, dogs, they're kind of
family member. That's part of their identity.
Yeah, but maybe they will decide not to include them in weddings because it's like too much hassle. Like the dogs, and they can ruin something. They maybe can distract them. And we hopefully showcased how cute it could be if you will incorporate them like as guests, as members of the family, and like how they get like even like the pictures of guests could be like so much more authentic, playful. And yeah, it's basically we're showcasing how different it could be depending on your own style in real life.
Or the cake that was done from donuts. So of course cake can be like all kinds of creative and beautiful. It can, if you like big lovers of donuts,
and they also exchanged tattoos instead of rings.
Yeah, it's also kind of very limited.
It was during our editorial.
So we show some kind of ideas and inspiration. It doesn't mean that everyone have to stick to it, but if it speaks to you, or at least you can unleash your creativity based on what you see on our editorials.
How to realize that you set up a trend, like you did something like you're styling the photo shoot and then you see your like, I don't know, ideas inspired by that you created in other platforms, or?
I think it's really hard to actually track who started it, but you can definitely understand that you kind of hit the certain spot if you like. It's very easy to see it on social media world, because if you post something and you get lots of attention, you have lots of engagement, you definitely hit the right spot. So you're maybe like in the beginning of the trend that's just going viral right now, and like this is the idea. Like I think if the people, like for example, right now creating the Marie-Antoinette style shirts, it's like really, really difficult to say who started it. It's more about who created the version that became the most viral. Like what's the one that actually people know about and talk about.
That's true.
And you can easily, you have the metrics on Instagram or TikTok or Pinterest, you have the metrics. You can see how many people actually saved it, reposted, loved it, basically. Yep.
Yeah, if you're talking about trends, what are the trends in 2025? Wedding trends?
My favorite that I already mentioned is authenticity over tradition. When you express yourself, who you are. through the design, through experiences, through the gowns. And let's say instead of sticking to one gown, you have several outfits. Let's say you love parties, so you can have an evening outfit, you can have a ceremony outfit, you can have a morning outfit. So several outfits just to feel that, yeah, you can express your personality. Also, groom's fashion is very different from, actually, you also, when we chatted, you also was very much impressed that it's not only like black tuxedo, it can be colorful suit. And again, men are more fashion forward because Gen Z is getting married, so younger men, they're more into fashion, which is good, right? Also, the big part that I've mentioned is experience. Again, if you love hiking, you can go hike with your friends, because usually, like now, wedding become multi-day experience, right? So you're spending a little vacation with your friends.
Quality time.
Quality time. So you can do what you love as a couple together. So that's big part. Also, speaking of authenticity, there is even no trends in makeup. People ask, what's the trend in makeup? No, just healthy skin and highlight your beauty, because everyone is very different. Every face is very different. And you cannot say, yeah, that is the trendiest makeup, like it was smoky eyes when I was 20-year-old. Now it's not like that. If your eyes doesn't look prettier with a smoky eye, you can do something different. So the trendy in makeup is what makes you look good and feel confident. Because if you like how you look, this is how you're confident. And this is how photographers can capture a beautiful picture of you. And so this, like the authenticity, it's also colorful weddings, because it's not only white. Some linens can be red, green, all kinds of
Even
colors.
the dress could be red.
The dress can be red. Maybe not the ceremony, but again, speaking of multiple outfits, one can be white because you want to be traditional. But the evening, it can be different color. We did the style shoot, speaking of trends, in Villa Astor in Italy, and the dinner outfit was black. So the dress was black. She changed. And it was also beautiful. It was gorgeous. So authenticity is pretty much, again, permission to do what you want.
I'm so excited.
And again, if you want, you can bring your dogs, or you can incorporate dogs into the main theme of the wedding.
As a part of the decor.
So pretty much, pretty much authenticity, it covers each component: design, outfits, what you will do, what you will eat.
How will you eat it? Because like you can sit down at the different tables and but what's happening right now, because people crave connection, they crave the opportunity actually to talk to their guests. So today we can see like so many, they call it more like the buffet style, that guests can actually get up, like get some food and like sit and mingle, like rotate in the whole like event space, because like everyone wants to talk to each other. Like, you don't have to have like assigned seats, and this is also normal. Everything is normal right now. And once again, it goes after, like, it comes after your quality, like after your values, how you decide to live your like everyday life. And right now, like one of my actually most favorite trends is all about sustainability, because historically weddings is like one of the most beautiful, of course, and wasteful events as well, because you create for one day, you basically build. It depends, of course, of the scale of the production, but I remember I used to create the weddings that actually took 3 or 4 days just to build the whole construction, and then after one day you just tear it down completely. And imagine how much gas like would you actually use for the trucks, or how many flowers will you cut. And right now the sustainability is a huge trend. For example, so many couples, they choose to use the local grown flowers, meaning that you will basically decrease the amount of gas, so you don't need to transport those flowers. You will find something on the local farmer markets, and you will choose peonies, not because you love them, but because they grow right here, like the tulips, and it's a season. It is much easier for you. So it's like the whole thing, and you will choose the vintage dress, because it was already created, it was beautiful. You can choose some great designer like that maybe you cannot afford right now, like Oscar de la Renta dress, but you can choose one from the 90s and buy it for $3,000, for example. It's gonna be beautiful, it's unique, and maybe you can alter it for yourself, so it's still gonna be created for you in some way.
Customized.
Yeah, customized.
So authenticity and sustainability. We pick 2, but if you download the
Yeah.
trend report,
report.
you will see more.
Yeah.
And you will find the one
Yeah.
that speaks
And
the
I
most.
remember that vintage also a trend.
Yeah, that
It's
is
a part of
yeah.
sustainability.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the root.
Sustainability.
It has a
and,
root cause.
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. And what trends are outdated or overrated today?
Honestly, I would say that there's like, in terms of the fashion, in terms of design, nothing is outdated. Nothing like is because it's all about the choice. And right now, the choice is yours. Like, what do you want to create? But once again, we always like talk about, we connect the root cause. We have to remember who's getting married right now. And right now, it's a time for Gen Z and younger millennials. And we are already the older millennials, unfortunately. So we have to understand why they're choosing, like why they're making the certain decisions in their life. And right now, what Gen Z do, specifically, they question all the rules, what's happening in the world. They question, for example, how they work right now, what's the work-life balance, etc. Why wouldn't they decide to question the wedding norms? And they have so many questions, like why should the dad actually walk down the bride down the aisle? Like maybe we can do it opposite. Should we actually do the cake or the cutting or the father-daughter dance or like the mother-son dance? So the Gen Z, right now they start to question so many wedding rules and traditions which are outdated. They all have the historic meaning behind it, but it's not necessarily have to be right now. Even like the white dress, why is it white dress? I can tell you the whole story why it's white, but right now you can create and choose something for yourself. If you decide that you're the follower of the traditions, that you grew up with this Disney-like wedding in your dreams, yes, you can create it like you want it, like with the whole like tradition following. If you decide to break those rules, you can do something completely different. So that's why we decided that that's nothing that will be outdated.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And like so many people, for example, they say, oh, like, I don't know, I have these pictures of my mom and I can see that she had like the puff balloon sleeves, and you can easily say that she got married in 80s. But what's wrong with that? We're all following some sort of fashion during our life. We all had experience like the 90s fashion. Right now, like 2020 is like maybe the early 2000s. And it was all part of our journey, right? So why not like take the wedding in the life, in this certain period of life that you haven't right now. And after some time you will see, and yeah, I got married in 2025. And this is what was popular back then. And it's completely normal. Like it's normal that the trends will change all the time. We're not going to stop it.
And my next question, what would you recommend for a bride with limited budget but big dreams?
I think it all comes to the choice of the venue. Because venue will dictate so many rules for you. It's like, for example, if you will choose the ballroom in a hotel, like a Hilton, for example, it's like very traditional and it's very conference style. But in terms of the wedding, it requires so much decor budget to like color up those like carpets and the walls, for example. But if, for example, you would choose maybe something in the meadow and in the right time, you know, like in June, the like certain flowers will be blooming. Maybe you don't need the flowers at all. You can just set up the tables and that's it. And here you are. So it's like the venue in like consists of so many factors, like how much food will you need? Will you need catering? Will you need a decor? But if you will choose the right space that will require not so much decor, maybe like historic places like art museums or libraries or etc., it already sets the mood. And you can just bring the food and the people and that's it.
And this is how you save money.
This is how you save money. So I would say the right choice of the place, of the venue. And right now, everything is available for you. You can rent like the airport, the small one, not the LAX, of course, but the small one. Yeah, you can rent a library, you can rent the museum for a day. You can do so many things. Like historical venues, they start opening right now because weddings is a huge industry. Yeah.
That's interesting. How much it costs to rent an airport?
I don't know, to be honest.
So yeah, speaking of the small budget, of course, everyone works with budget.
Yeah.
Even if you have a big budget, it's always not enough for your dreams.
Yeah.
But again, it's more about
never enough.
it's more about priorities. So if you have limited budget, the first thing that you have to decide is venue, because it will pretty much contribute entire experience. And then, of course, you can put some more money into photographer, because photography will last forever. This is what you will remember, the pictures. So budget is about priorities a lot.
Yeah.
And it's always a very challenging topic.
If you want more than just a wedding, if you are dreaming of a true visual love story, book a free consultation with our team at Dreamwood Films. Click the link below and fill out the form to claim your complimentary engagement session. Whether you are in the United States or anywhere in the world, whenever your story begins. It's the perfect way to meet us, connect, and feel confident that you are in the right hands. Are there any universal stylistic choices that suit everyone?
Black and white.
Black and white.
Oh,
But
like we're
please
today.
be creative.
Like we're today.
Be
Yeah.
creative.
Black and white.
It's like I don't remember who said that. The Chanel, I think Coco Chanel.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it's always a go with like the black, like the little black dress, and you're gonna
Yeah.
be fine. Like whenever you go, right? It's like, or if you don't know what to wear, like the black and white was gonna be like always the right choice, and you will fit. Because the more colors you have, it's becoming like the more like a puzzles game. So you can incorporate the black dress code for the guests, and like here you are, they're all super stylish, and it will look good on the pictures, and especially in the contrast with the white dress of the bride and white flowers, which is like we have so many sorts of flowers which are like in white color. So, and that's it, and it's gonna be super stylish.
But it doesn't mean that you have to stick to it. If you love flowers, you can go bold and you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, less is more in this case.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
To experiment.
What stories from real weddings inspired you the most?
The questions are getting
The
more,
one we
more
chatted.
interested.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's just bring up the one we chatted when we were driving here.
Yeah.
I loved it because it can be my story. Okay, far it away.
By the way, just recently saw the story there. It was unique ceremony because guess who walked down the bride to the aisle? It was.
Who usually walks the bride
down the aisle? Usually it's dad.
Dad.
It's a dad job. But here it was the ex.
Oh my.
So basically,
Really?
it was like symbolic event there. The ex actually walked down the bride to the aisle where the groom met her. It was basically like transporting the prize from one hand to another.
I think it's super cool if
Yeah,
you're in a good
it's cool.
relationship with your ex.
Yeah.
And probably you don't have a dad. Like I don't have my dad. He passed when I was a girl. So of course I want someone to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah.
Why not my ex-partner if we're in a good relationship?
Yeah.
So it can be, again, speaking of authenticity, it can be that, and it's beautiful tradition. But in case if maybe your dad is not around,
Yeah.
and someone
You can
else.
challenge
There is
that.
no rules.
You can challenge that, and there's so many stories, and it's hard to remember one. But yeah, so many good decisions. But it's all, once again, it all comes to your authenticity. We had the bride who rode on a horse. Once again, she didn't walk down the aisle, but she literally rode on a horse to the aisle. And like, why not? Because she's a huge horse lover, and this is her part of her story. And this is something about her, like the part of her life incorporated in wedding. And yeah. And instead of like desserts, one dessert, one cake, they had the whole buffet of different national, it was South African desserts, because the food is basically their language of love. And they wanted for their guests to taste these different flavors. So why not? Like so many things, so many stories.
And if to speak about style, what stylistic decisions inspired you the most?
It's actually, they surprise us every day.
That's true. This is our job, to find
Yeah,
something
to find something that-
unconventional.
Every day.
Because we
Outstanding.
cannot post unconventional, right? It's boring.
Yeah.
We always in the lookout what's different. Like that red wedding,
Yeah.
right? That was big in the red colors. That was also pretty outstanding, and they set a trend. Speaking of like how you understand that is a trend. Now there are so many weddings in red. So that was one.
Yeah, I'm actually like personally, I'm a huge lover of like textile design. Maybe because I spent so many years working with flowers, so they do not impress me as much as maybe any other normal person. And I'm more about like, I'm kind of like theatrical nerd. So the textile, all the drapery that can be created, and it can actually transport us and create the more theatrical feel, touch to the whole wedding. So we're gonna show you like so many examples, but it can look very good.
Do you have any creative dreams?
For our own weddings or for, or for to create something?
I think that we have a dream for our project, for Wed Vibes.
Yes,
right? Because right now we're implementing the matchmaking when we connect couples to vendors, and that represents our dream because we want to be the go-to platform for both couples and wedding professionals. For like one of them to find vendors, or for another one to be seen and to be really connected. And we know that it's not an easy choice for brides to find someone who will shoot your wedding or who will be planning your wedding. So we want to make this choice easier, and we want to make this journey a joy, because it's one of the most stressful experiences. No one speaks about that. So we want to reduce the stress for both parts, for brides to plan the wedding that they want, and for vendors to find the couples. That's our dream, to be go-to platform, helping
for both sides.
Dreams come true.
Let's turn stress into style, right?
Yeah,
right.
Stress into the enjoyment of the whole process for both of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
It was a very creative interview, I think, and we will show all the archives, photographs, videos.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, we'll have so much content to share.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Fill out the quick form in the description to book your free consultation with our expert planners. We will guide you through creating the wedding of your dreams, and you will also receive a complimentary engagement shoot so you can experience the magic firsthand. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We will see you in the next episode.